And we are back. Victoria, where's our intro video? Why have we not had
Ta-da!
our
It's the average homies of Sigmar. Boo-doo-boo. Wham.
Yeah. Come on, Ed. You gotta play an instrument. Yeah.
My rocket air guitar.
Yeah.
What we need to just do is just completely rip off Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure for like all of our stuff. You know, it's hobby time. Excellent.
Isn't that
like, yeah.
Isn't that Wayne's World?
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Oh, it
My
is.
apologies.
I'm still
Okay.
down with that.
Excellent.
Yeah, so we'll just rip off like a bunch of 90s movies and be like, yeah, that's us. Because I'm sure that their 25-year licensing agreement has got to wear out some point, right? So we can just
That's right.
utilize it for free, not get sued by anybody. Okay, anyways, let's get back on track.
we lost one viewer from the awkward pause.
Yeah, right. Bye.
Welcome to those who managed to stick around, or we'll see this later. I am Steven, the potential average gut ripper.
Wow. I am Matt, the average fiend. I got to do something about that.
I guess that makes me Ed, the average Git mob or Gloomspite Git.
Ooh,
That's
the
right.
average Git.
Yes.
Average Git.
Destruction. Yes, let's do it. Together, we will be destruction together. And we are the average homies of Sigmar. And if you're listening to us for the first time because you stumbled upon it or the YouTube algorithm has magically given it to you, consider yourself cursed, because here we talk about hobby and our favorite miniatures game right now, the Age of Sigmar. So today, we're going to talk about hobbying experiences, and things we are a fan and not a fan of. But before we get to that, let's talk what we did the last couple of weeks. What hobby stuff? So let's go with what have we done the past week, and if some of it can be AOS, some of it doesn't have to be AOS. Let's kick it off, Mr. Fiend.
Well, we talked last week that I had gone into a tournament, sort of a last-minute tournament. I was very happy with the results, and then I just kind of took a little bit of downtime. I've played a couple of TTS games, and that's pretty much it. I haven't really done a lot of hobbying. I've been doing a build commission for a local guy here that is not AOS related. But I really haven't done a lot in the world of AOS, if I'm being honest. I did sign up last minute for an event on Saturday. So I think that Mr. Wardrop and myself are going to go. And I've got a fun iteration of the list that I'm going to bring in everybody's favorite butthead Bellicor with fiends and demon princes. It's going to be a blast. But other than that, I've been really quiet with stuff.
Quiet can be a good thing. Maybe not too, Ed.
I like Matt, I've been very quiet. I took a mental health break last week and just didn't do any hobbying whatsoever. And then this week and previous weeks, I have been doing models for the Maple Palette Show that Matt and I are going to, not this weekend, but next weekend, I believe.
That's right. Yep, 25th.
So I did the Ninja Turtles van, and then I did a Predator. I finished up the Batman with the Orc Batman and the Batmobile, and I started working on Orctimus Prime this afternoon.
Nice.
So Orcs go 80s.
Okay. Yep. Good 80s theme. But taking a break can be key too, like we talked about in previous episodes. Sometimes you need it. Sometimes the Army forces me to take breaks, and it helps me reset too. On my end, we're getting closer to competitive season for me. Like, got a lot of events coming up. So of course we go into the diehard spiral, like we talked about. Like it's just can't.
Are we on army number 4?
Oh,
now?
let's not count. Let's not. Let's not count. It's funny because the Age of Canuck Discord is picking up on it now. Like they kind of understand what happens, and they're like, "What is this Pokemon to you? Like, what are you doing?"
I saw the comment where it's like, I thought you were on this, and then it was, well, it could be Zinch. Who knows? It could be anything. Who knows?
Yes, and to whomever Matt plays with Be'lakor, I apologized. I played a Nurgle game against him, and now Bellacor's in the list. Even though I think it's required in the list after careful consideration, not just for Nurgle, but for like current things in the meta. We don't want Altharian going places. And so I can't wait till the list gets locked. Yes, here, we'll put that. I'll show it for you. You don't know what the list is going to be. But if I complete a potential deal I have lined up tomorrow for a Cruel Boys army, I could go to the RTT with an army that I have no clue on how the rules work, because I won't, because I'll just be painting it like a madman for over the week. I have a guy who,
I was going to say, the funny thing, Age of Canuck, is that he doesn't even know what army he's bringing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm inside my own mind. There's a friend who in the Age of Canucks team that grudged me because he wanted to play Nurgle, because I was like, I'm playing Nurgle, and I was kind of like, chirping him about Sylvaneth and the Sylvaneth book and stuff, and he's like, I'll fight you. I want to fight Nurgle. And now it's been this, like, I basically told him, like, if I play Nurgle, I quantified it as like, if I play Nurgle, but if I was like, I accept your grudge. If I change, I will offer you the choice. Like, you can keep the grudge, or if you don't want to play that army, by all means, go grudge someone else. So I was like, hey, if I get this Cruel Boys army, you want to play me? And his response was, rest assured, if it has an ass, I'll kick it. I'm like, oh, all right, here we go. Hope I don't roll a 2 up.
Yeah, right. That would suck.
But yes, JP, in answer to your question in the other Discord, the grudge does stay. But I still got to go consummate the deal tomorrow, so we shall see. But other than that, been playing a couple TTS games. Not much AOS, to be honest, because I've been playing with locals on 40K, the 1,000 point kind of for fun league here. Played Drukhari. It's crazy. Drukhari is always crazy, but it was crazy yesterday. That's it for me. So let's get into the meat of the episode, and welcome those who are watching. I see we have an abnormal above JP number of watchers, so feel free to type in the comments, and we will chat with you and get to your comments as you want to discuss as we go through. As I say, that one drops off.
Well, that was just a bot. Don't worry.
It was, it's unnamed country's bot. I can't say it, or else I'll forward it on the algorithm. So today we're going to talk hobbying. Being average homies, hobbying is important to us for various reasons, and everyone has their own reasons for it. But we like to slay the gray in our own time and in our own way. Oh my God, we have 5 watchers now. Welcome to those who just joined. So we like to slay the gray in our own time and our own way. So let's kick it off with our hobbying discussion today. So, guys, what is it about the hobby that you enjoy? And not just like AOS, but mostly like miniatures, tabletop, that aspect of the hobby. What is it that you enjoy the most out of it? And I'll toss it to our average fiend, because he's kind of like hobby master general for us.
I'm hobby master Gandalf. It's just that I've been doing it for so long that I've probably encountered every mistake that you can make. Do I know how to fix all of them? Absolutely not. But I think I know a lot of like the tricks. I'm definitely not the best painter in our community, but it's important to me. I like the best part of the hobby for me is just that you walk up to a table. I have 2 different sections here, so I'm going to stop rambling. The first one is when you walk up to a table and you've got 2 painted armies and nice looking terrain, and you just look at it and go, wow, this is a picture out of a White Dwarf magazine. I know White Dwarf is not a thing as much as it used to be back when I first started playing. That was the main content that we would absorb, was through White Dwarf. So when I looked at it, you see I've got a painted army, my opponent's got a painted army, and it just makes that look picturesque. When it comes to sort of like me sitting at my hobby table, I think Ed feels the same way, but I just go into a different state of mind. I can put on an audio book. I can put on one of my like video dudes that I watch, and I can just go into a different state, and it's like it's my mental health recovery. Not that I need a lot of it, but I get to go to a different happy place. It's my Happy Gilmore happy place.
I say I paint to make the mean voices in my head go away.
Yeah. Ed, what do you enjoy about it, other than making the mean voices go away?
Well, I enjoy the painting. Although I will say that it's only been in the last year that I have developed a taste for painting. I enjoy the painting. I enjoy playing with kids my own age. And I think that's one of the biggest things for me about hobbying with, plastic miniatures on table, whether it's 40K, Blood Bowl, AOS, doesn't matter. I get to play with kids my own age. And not necessarily my age physically, but my age mentally.
Mentally, yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I really appreciate about the hobby, is being able to connect mentally with kids my own age.
Yep.
So
yeah, I get that. Yeah, for me, I think there's a couple different things. Oh yeah, someone, I know who it is now. Someone in the chat was like, dry brushing is weakness. We know who you are. we know who's commenting. Get back to painting scared, but call Terminators. For me, I think the best part of the hobby, it depends on where I'm at. So, for example, in Ontario, when I lived in Borden, it was the best part was the hobby hangouts that we did in person. Because for me, I'm a social creature. I like to connect with other people. I like to get someone's opinions on how I should paint things. Like someone in the chat there, you know who you are.
Yeah, the skulls should be painted this way.
The skulls should be no. What it was the skulls on an Angron. Yep. And then he wanted me, because I had them like painted and then shaded. He's like, no, shade again with the blue, and then go over again with another, so that they're slightly blue.
You know what? I wasn't sure who that was. Now
I knew who it was exactly. When he said dry brushing is weakness, I knew exactly who it was. Yeah. So for me, sometimes it's that social connection and being able to learn a lot, but then it leads to another connection too, which is when you play the game itself, right? Like when you put the models on the table, like Matt says, and you look at it and you're like, wow, this looks good. Because like you want that immersion. We don't want L-shaped ruins everywhere. We want painted models with hills and temples and crazy stuff. As much as we talk trash about our anti-dry brushing friend there, he's like the hobby master emperor compared to all of us. And he makes a mean terrain too, I'll tell you what. So to me, the hobby is kind of getting together with people, especially a little shout out here. We're doing occasionally we do some hobby hangouts in the old Age of Canuck server nowadays. So you're welcome to join us if you're in the Age of Canuck server. They're kind of irregular, but someone will post in there when it's happening, and we just kind of all hang out and chat. Yeah, that's it for me for now for why I enjoy it. But like I said, it's just paint, no play. That's right. You can paint, no play. You don't have to play. I know plenty of people that just paint and they just put them in the glass display case or whatever display case, and they carry on about their lives, and they care not about rules changing or anything like that in their existence.
What the meta is, what models I should have in my army, doesn't matter. This is what I want to paint.
Exactly.
That is usually how my armies start. These are the models I want to paint.
Mhm. Yeah, I get that for sure. Makes so that in mind, so we talked about like what we enjoy, but like what's the best hobby experience you've had? Like Ed, kick us off here. What's the best hobby experience you've had?
There was a 500 point 40K army tournament at a store that doesn't do it anymore, and I went up against our average fiend. He was playing, I want to say, Space Wolves.
Possibly
Yeah, and I was so
Carcharodons, maybe.
Carcharodons.
They're both gray. Yeah.
Yeah. But you and I had a fantastic 500 point game, and just the way that game made me feel stuck with me for years.
Way back in the day,
back at the lair,
a certain layer. Oh. Okay, I would have had Space Wolves. Absolutely.
Yep.
I thought you were talking about
because you whiffed on one of your Jaws of the Werewolf.
Right.
Rolls.
Matt failed the dice roll. What?
I know, right? Shocker.
but it was hands down my favorite game of 40K I had ever played. Just the way, not that I can't even remember who won the game.
Who cares?
But it just the way I felt while playing the game and after the game was over.
Okay.
Like that was probably my favorite moment playing Matt with his my Gaz and Meganobs and your
whatever I was running.
Gaz and Meganobs in a truck.
We'll get you some more AOS experiences so we can wipe the 40K out. But yes, I totally get it. For me, I would honestly say we just talked about it. It's the Angron painting, because I am a production machine when I need to be. We'll put it that way, to an average to medium level. Like I can crank out a battle ready 2,000 point force on demand, but will it be like highlighted in the greatest? No, but it will be presentable on the tabletop. But Angron was like a step out of the comfort level with another homie who is also an ex-member. Well, I'm not an ex-member, but like he was an ex-member of the army. So we had some good army chats. We talked about like stuff we both experienced. He critiqued the Angron, and we did it all for what was ostensibly charity. I just paid double the Angron to myself for charity. And we took a whole day doing it. And that was probably the best hobby experience I've had, is A, seeing that I was pretty proud of it, seeing I get a model that level, and B, just having the camaraderie of hanging out with people and bonding over a silly thing like a demon wing Primarch. And
right.
What's yours, Matt?
I've got two. And the first one sort of meshed together. But when I had my store, we did these 24-hour paint challenges. The second one that Stephen was talking about was a character. Everyone picked a character. We sat down at a table, and it wasn't necessarily like it was when you finish the model. We knew we would finish it before 24 hours because we learned from the first one. So the first one was a combat patrol. And there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us. And it was you, Pause, myself, Needles, and Cook. So 5 of us.
5 of us.
And each one of us had a combat patrol that eventually we auctioned them off. The proceeds went towards Big Brothers Big Sisters in the area that the store was at. But that was such an amazing experience. And then wrapped into that, we did something very similar where it was a hero. And then my other one was when a few of the homies, we went away to my in-laws' house they live up in the Muskoka area, Gravenhurst. and we just got together for a weekend of painting and hanging out. And honestly, it was so great because you just have these like-minded individuals. And I tell you, almost no painting got done.
That's not true. I almost got a whole unit done.
Okay, that's true. Okay, maybe you and Cook were the ones that did painting, but like I think I dry brushed 3 manifestations the entire weekend. Like I really didn't do a lot of painting. And Needles was building some Lord of the Rings models. But it was just the fact that we were in the presence of other homies doing hobby related things sort of at the same time. Those are my 2 like most favorite hobby experiences that I've ever been through.
You can't forget the oatmeal cookies.
Oh, the oatmeal cookies. Oh gosh, yes.
And the calamari. Yes, the calamari.
That's when I was overseas.
You're in Edmonton. This happened.
Was Edmonton? Oh, okay.
Oh, maybe you were. Yeah, in that L place.
Yeah, place in the
but it was fantastic, and I can't wait to do it again. So next weekend, Cook, Needles, myself, and Ed, we're going to London for Maple Palette, which is another hobby weekend. There's a painting competition involved, and then there's a bunch of workshops there as well. So it's going to be a blast. I'm really looking forward to it.
Oh man, that's something I really want to do in future. Like when I walk by all those like sessions at LVO, like I want to do one of those in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Take my money, Marco Frizioni.
That's right. Yeah, I'll listen to you talk all day long.
All day.
Hey guys, it's me.
Yeah, I can't even replicate it. You've given someone an idea. I've thrown it up on the screen.
Absolutely. It was such a good time, and like Stephen was doing an hourly update, just like this is what it is, and like I think that was 3-4 years ago, might even be 5 years ago that we did it. And I watched the videos a couple of months ago, just the 24 videos that were up. I think there might have been a little bit less than that. And just seeing the progression of these armies. And it was such a good time. Stephen's wife made us some church beans, which went so beautifully. And like I kept the store open for 24 hours. So we had people coming in at like 2:00 in the morning just to say hi. Like it was really cool.
Yeah.
Can I bring you guys coffee? Like it was great. It was such a good time.
Although JP, I will offer to you, if we do this 24-hour thing, don't go from 11 to 11. Go from like 8 to 8.
Yeah.
the tough stretch is the like 8 till noon part of it.
Yeah.
Next day.
That was very tough. It was.
Yeah. Yeah. So we talked about what do you enjoy about it? Great hobby experiences. What is there a certain thing or certain accomplishment, I guess, in the hobby that you're most proud of? Ed, let's kick it off with you. What are you most proud of? Like, do you have an accomplishment? Like, sure.
So it's not. I was just shy of an accomplishment. I was half a point shy of best sportsman at a tournament, at the lair. Because that's my goal. My goal is to always be the best sportsman. That's just who I am, and
it's just who I am.
I don't want to win. I want to have fun, and I want the person who I'm playing with be willing to play me again. So I lost the best sportsman by half a point to another really good sport, and that was I think that's probably one of my biggest achievements was getting that high.
That's proving why you were a great sport. Matt, do you have an accomplishment?
I haven't got any of those coveted best presentation at like a major event. I've come close to like a big GT in the area, but I don't fancy myself to be at that level. I'm better than the average, but not near as good as the good painters, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But like Ed, my most treasured accomplishment, back in the early 2000s, Games Workshop used to run these tournaments called conflicts, and they were basically GW's grand tournaments. And in 2004, I attended, and I brought like an Ulthway Strike Force, which is old school, and I got mollywopped. I think I went 1-4, 1-5, because it was a 6-round GT. And in the end, ended up winning one of these. This is the best presentation or best sportsman for the Toronto Conflict 2004. And like, this is a super thick plaque. Like I could probably beat myself to death with it. But it's like my most prized accomplishment in like hobby related soft scores, basically.
Interesting. I'm trying to think for me, accomplishment, hobby. Honestly, I mean, it's kind of a bit of a like. There's an assist to this one from Matt, but I won with a friend of mine, best painted in a local RTT, like a doubles RTT. But the majority of the stuff was painted by me, except for one key conversion of one character that I used that was from Matt. Matt did. But it was mostly what I contributed was the knights. So I've got a bunch of Chaos Knights that I painted up with like warp effects and like blood, and I made a crown of skulls on like a corn one. And it's to have it recognized as part of the package of what we put together. The doubles was pretty cool. So I definitely take that one. I haven't won a best sport yet. 1 second, and I will be back in 1 sec.
The awkward silence. Let's have a sword fight. Here, Ed, do you want to paint?
I'm back. Sorry.
Thank you.
Someone wanted to come in and confirm that they could indeed have popcorn before supper.
Oh.
I support popcorn before supper.
I support popcorn for breakfast.
Yeah. So I mean, like that was cool, but I don't think I've had like a super accomplishment. Actually, sorry, I got one. I do have one, and it nearly killed me to do it. Painting 2,000 points of Skaven in like a week and a half before LVO, because I got them to like a really good level for a week and a half of like my warp grinder was pretty good. Like I was pretty happy with the presentation I got off within.
You had just come back from Afghanistan, hadn't you?
No, LVO.
No? Yeah, right before LVO. You were overseas, were you not? Until like
Latvia. I was in Latvia, yeah, until like November. So I did have some of the Christmas leave, but again, it was the spiral because it was like OBR, Seraphon. I tried the Seraphon list, didn't work out, and then I was just like, Skaven it is 2 weeks out, and then there was like these nightly updates on like trying to get the Skaven list done. But I'll call that my accomplishment, is getting that thing done. And maybe we're gonna have another one here with Cruel Boys in 2 weeks. We'll see. So we've talked positives and not to be negative Nancy's, but there's anything in the hobby that you aren't a fan of or that you want changed, you could change, or you could influence. We'll go to our Fiend Master General first.
It's a hot take. We've talked about it before, but I would really like to see AOS have a painting requirement like 40K, where you'll get extra 10 battle points for having a battle-ready army. It doesn't have to win a Golden Demon. Put minimal effort, get some paint on it. That's sort of like my negative thing is that I don't think that there's enough tournaments that enforce and or appreciate that there are players out there that when they go to a tournament, they know they're not going to win. They go because they've got really gorgeous models and they're looking to win best presentation. And that's where they choose to dedicate their time, is to not practicing, but painting. Players like Needles, who when he goes to a tournament, and yes, you know what? The same people are going to win that award every single time, but it's you can also point out your top 3 people that are going to win the event every single time as well.
Yep.
So I don't see the difference between the two. One of them is a skill with a paintbrush, and the other one is a skill of moving little plastic miniatures around.
Yep, I would agree on that. For
I would
me,
too.
I would offer that okay, this is a bit of another, it's gonna be another hot tank here. I don't like GW's battle ready rubric. I think that the whole 3 colors shaded and then the terrain paint doesn't allow people to like progress because it sets a standard by which they just stop at. And I don't know how you fix it. I don't have a solution to this, but like some of it is that people are just like running to get that. Whereas if you painted a model a different way, like maybe if it was 2 colors and a bit of a shade here and a different, and then like a better base, it would even be better. But sometimes it kind of wrecks people's presentation of their hobby when they're aiming to meet the GW weirdo standard of like, I don't think it's 3 colors. It's just colors and shading. Yeah, it's just color shading and a terrain or texture on the base.
Yeah.
But that's, I don't know. Again, I have no solution to this, but I think there needs to be a relook at how you do that. Because I will offer an example, and this is not a criticism, but we were at LVO and someone had an army that was in the process, like it met the standard for painting, but it was in the process of being upgraded. And the GW guy was like, that needs to go for judging in a presentation. And even the owner of the army was like, I'm not done.
I wonder who that could have been.
But it just demonstrates, though. Because,
spoiler,
like,
it was me.
Yeah. He has an OBR army that was like, it met the standard for painting. It met the GW standard. Did it meet Matt's personal standard of a finished end state army? Probably not, but it met enough for the tournament requirements. But Matt finished it up later. But the GW guy was so, he has to be because it's his rubric that he's using. He's like, should be presentation. And we're kind of like, there's a difference between like meeting a painting rubric to get the points or be available at the tournament because LVO had to be painted, and then, being presentation. And I mean, how that gets reworked, I don't know. But that's my hot take for that. Ed, you got any hot takes? What are you not a fan of?
I don't think I have anything that I'm not a fan of. I agree with the painting points. I do like the idea of encouraging continual improvement on painting. I don't know how to do that, but I do like the idea of something that would encourage continual improvement, because I think that is a for me an important aspect of the hobby. Mm-hmm. I don't know if everybody would agree with me on that, but yeah, I agree with both of you on the painting points and something to encourage continual improvement.
In my personal opinion, the only way that you can encourage personal improvement is to hold your community accountable. It's hey, you've had that same base coated whatever, insert X model for 2 months now, and the rest of your army is battle ready. It is ready. So why aren't you putting more effort into, like, let's sit down and figure out how to do some highlights. Let's figure out this. But it's an accountability thing where you have to hold each other to a higher standard. And I know, like, in Ontario here, that is not prevalent. You take a look at like out west, like BC scene, and hobby is first out there. Like Joe Thibodeau, his Skaven army at False Alarm wasn't Skaven, sorry, it was KO. Was out of this world. If you guys out there get a chance, check out his army. I think it's in the Canada AOS Discord. I'm sure there are pictures of it online. It is phenomenal. He did a really good job on painting it, but his conversions are like out of this world. And Joe's a fantastic dude as well. So it's because they have a higher standard of hobby out there. They've got people that they can lean on offer suggestions, because Joe's from the Edmonton area, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to out him or anything, but or he's
I don't know.
Saskatchewan prairies.
I'm not sure. He's somewhere in the west.
Yep. Anyways, whereas like here we've probably got a dozen to 24 really excellent painters in the Ontario area, and we don't lean on each other to be like, hey, how did you do that? Let's sit down and sort of figure out what I can do to make my miniatures better.
Yeah. And I would offer that if there's a community leader here listening, as they always do, as you plan competitive events, you could also plan hobby events. And it's not a competition, the hobby event, but like, bonus points for attending a hobby event once per. So say if you had something called like the Climb the Columbia Mountain Alberta circuit, there could be a sub-circuit within it where you're attending hobby events or you have paint throughout, whatever. Like their internal
the paintbrush.
Yep. But I will give Mr. GP credit because he did do ITC paint scoring for his last two events. And it's funny because there was a momentary pause where it's like all three in the top 5 in Canada on the AOS ITC hobby track were Edmonton, because he was like the only guy judging it at the event. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to say that some of the armies weren't great. They were great armies, but it's funny because like it's and I won't say it's an afterthought, but a lot of TOs don't do the hobby track judging. They'll put it out, like put your armies out and the players will vote for best painted, the normal stuff, but there's not that deliberate judging for the ITC track.
Well, it's my understanding too that ITC changed how the hobby track was done this year, where it wasn't just this person got first and then everybody else gets second place. It's like you actually have to assign first, second. You got 16 players at your event. You have to assign first through 16th for the hobby track. And I think a lot of TOs just don't want to do that. If I'm I could be mistaken on that. I haven't TO'd an event in a few years, so I could be mistaken. But regardless, like I know at LVO, both, I think Steve and Brad and myself all scored the same for hobby.
32nd or whatever it was.
Because that's how it was divided up. I'm sure that if I had actually taken my army to the showcase, I could have scored higher, but I didn't because I didn't feel right about it. I was like, no, yeah.
We'll see what JP puts in the chat about that. It'd be interesting to. I'm also interested to hear like how that works for judging. I do know he had to do everything individually though, because there was a lot of running around because he did it for the league as well as the RTT, and he was like running around to get paint scores from guys that didn't go to the RTT. So he had to like show up at their game to like get their paint score.
Yeah.
All right. So talked about that. So that pretty much wraps up the main talking points of the show. So from there, we're going to transition. Anyone else got anything on hobbying before we transition to average homie of the week? All right.
Just the immortal words of Ridvin, of Skari, and it's just put paint on it.
100%. 100p. Let's share my screen here. So we're going to transition over to the average homie of the week. So if you're listening to this or watching this and you're not sure what this is, every week we try and find an event that has taken place and look at the list of the person who came in dead middle, or average Joe, as Lionel would call it. And sometimes we give ourselves leeway to go up and down for a cool list. But this week, we're going to look at False Alarm, which was an event Matt talked about or referenced previously. Took place in Sparwood. It's a pretty big event. There was, 58 registered players. I know there was a waiting list. So there was only 58 because that's the max capacity they could run that. And there was a waiting list for it. They do 2 of these a year, I believe. There's one in the spring, one in the fall. I could be wrong on that. And then they do, it's a charity. So this one was in support of muscular dystrophy and had 58 players. So let's take a look at a local. It's actually an Edmonton local that, here we go, share. There we go. An Edmonton local came in. So 58, Here we go. Where is he? Jared Bilowas? I'm gonna have to ask him how he pronounces that, especially since we're on a team. So coming up soon here at Pendleton's team tournament. From the FAC buddies, so fun at all cost buddies. And Matt's actually played this gentleman at GW Open, who was also running Disciples as each back then too, I think. So he went 3-2, so 2 losses to start off with, and then 3 wins to round out the tournament. Let's take a look at his list and share this tab.
I love seeing that that score progression. And I understand that, like, you know, some people, oh, you submarined, you're playing against players that maybe aren't on your top tier, but it also means that you didn't give up, right? You have that mentality of, I went 2-1 on day one and then rallied myself back. I went 2-2, and now I've got the opportunity to go 3-2. I really do like seeing a 2-3 like score track type idea.
Mm-hmm. Or in his case, 1-2 after day one, and then pulled out 2 wins in a row.
Oh, sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Sorry, scratch it. Yeah, other way around. My apologies.
Yep, but no, he kept in it. I actually asked him because we're coordinating a team's list coming up, so we're going to make sure we're not on the same army, etc. And I asked him, like, hey, how does each feel? How you going to stick on it? And he's like, his response to me was essentially, if I can just Cole's notes it. You know, the army has weaknesses, but they're really fun. He's going to stick with them, and he finds them to be a very fun army to pilot. Which is that's my view on Zeech as well. Is that, like, there's some structural things that people are going to catch on to, and like they may not make it the most competitive once it gets seen several reps. But it's a very fun army to play because when you swap stuff out, it's just like swap, full reality. If you love making big brain plays, this is the army for you. Let me tell you.
It's not smooth brain, that's for sure.
It is not smooth brain by any means. All right, let's take a look at this.
That rules me out.
We believe in you. You can do it. So he's 1990. All right. So we got a strong start here. He's not at 1960. He's not at 1950. 1990.
1950 is fine.
This is 60. This is the problem.
1960, 1970 is where I go. Oh, God, why?
Orbit Conjuration used to solve 1970, but so it is a Fated Blades, which is kind of the typical pick other than Mutants and Mad Things. So if you're not tracking the army rules, Fated Blades is you make a charge of 9 or higher, and you get +1 attack to that unit. It is any Disciples as each unit, and you can spend fate points to make it. So the great thing is you roll your charge, and if it's an 8 and you have like 3 fate points bank, you'd be like, and +1. And now we activate our detachment roll. It's running Manifestations each, and because it's the best way to do it. Their manifestations are absolutely bonkers for this army. And Lore of Change, which is kind of the standard lore. I like the other one for kind of niche stuff, but the standard competitive list runs Lore of Change, which is the full reality. So it's extra swip swapping. It's Battle Tactics, Restless Energy, which is kind of a normal one for Zeech, because you kind of like push up and then kind of swip swap in the back. You can recur things off of the Ardent Shard. So we'll see if he has Silver Summoner. And if he does, he can recur a human unit off an Argent Shard. So you just teleport the Argent Shard to the back, bring a human unit off it. And then Scouting Force. So perfect for Scouting Force because you've got like Carrick Acolytes, they die, and then they get recurred off the Argent Shard, and bam, they have the Scouting keyword, and wham, they're in their backyard.
But it's also great because the units that you send away on turn 1 still have that scouting because they start on the board at the beginning of the game. If I'm correct on that.
I'd have to look at the timing of it because they go away in deployment.
In deployment. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they go away step 3 in deployment. So I don't think they would.
I take that all back then.
But it doesn't matter because you can start everything on the board because you're like, I don't care that the Zangors reinforced don't have scouting. Like one of them's going to be off the board, and you have 2 spawns on the board, and then everything else stays on the board, and then you fold reality. You're like, oh, you have scouting keyword, boom, back into
right.
Yeah. So General's Regiment, he's got the Curseling, which is great because that's the thing that can cast in combat. So you can get in there and fold reality in combat, which is pretty crazy. Or you can do -1 save. He's got the Kyric Tome, which is the +1 to cast or. Chaos Spawn, you need them to swap in. Reinforced Enlightened. That doesn't say on disc. I wonder if that is on. I assume that's on disc.
I think Enlightened are.
There's an on foot version too, but it's going to be Legends.
Oh, okay.
It's in one of those weird it will be Legends.
Well, are they 400 points?
I don't know. This is the on disc. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
because 400 points.
Sorry. Yeah, so it's on the disc.
It's on disc. Big Brock. Oh, this is a lot of goats. Big Brick is Zangor's 1. Big Brick is Zangor's 2. So 40 Zangors and 6 on disc.
Wow.
Regiment 2. Fate Master. Oh, there's the Silver Summoner. So there's the recursion of humans. Arcanite. Non-Warflock Arcanite, to be specific. So not the Zangors. Fate Master is absolutely bonkers because it can pull something with it out of reserve. And it just teleports in. Chaos Spawn, again, just a target for swip swapping and doing stuff. Carrick Acolytes, so we just talked about there. The Acolytes get up there. They move in your enemy movement phase according to the fate points you have. Right. So they get a free movement according to the fate points. Skyfires, if they hit something, they make the Zangors +1, so you don't have to all-out attack them. So they're like a Vigiler for
and they can do some damage, right? They're D3 damage.
Flat 2, I think.
Oh, flat 2. It's still pretty good.
I think so. I could be wrong on that, but they're either flat 2 or D3. They can do a bit of damage. Yeah, they're like 2. Mm-hmm. I think they're almost exactly like. They're just
like a Vigilant.
They're a bit worse than Raptors, but they're not far behind.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah. Scourge of Iran, Ogroid Thaumaturge. I love this choice. This is the it is the Temu.com, Wish.com version of Altharion. He can teleport into combat, not all the time, but he can teleport into a combat that Arcanite's with and help out. Jade Obelisk, this is the one that it's the Warcry unit that it can point at something in the shooting phase, and then it puts that token beside you, and you have -2 to your movement in accordance with the fate points. And
they're like anti-faction terrain as well.
Yes, and they are -1 rend when they're within 12 of the Ardent Shard. So essentially what happens is in games I've played with these guys, you all out defense them, and they're -1 rend when they're getting attacked, so they're basically on 3s. And then when you put too much into them to chew through them, you recur them off the other Argent Shard because they're humans. You can recur them.
And they're like a 90-point unit, 100-point unit, something like that.
100 point, yeah. 100 point. Yeah. The humans are dirt cheap, and they're the stuff that gets in the business and gets recurred. So overall, that's his list. And let's just take a quick look.
I just want to point one thing out there, that it feels as though something is missing.
Okay, I'll offer that too. Yeah, there is a large chicken missing from this list.
And I love it. I love it.
As much as it pains me because I love running a big chicken, I agree with you. After playing the army a couple times, probably like 15, 20 times, I think that this is a good build because the chicken, that's like a block of Zangors right there. And you don't need 3 casts. You need one guy who can cast super well, and then the manifestations give you a free cast from the other lore. So you just need one fold reality to go off. You need a sigil, or you need the Eye of Tomes. The end. Carry forth and score points. So I agree. Very good list. I think I'm going to run into this in the locally. Like he's on it again. We're going to be on the same team here soon enough, but good list. Keep going.
I feel that list isn't as reliant on the shenanigans that Tzeentch is capable, or it doesn't benefit from the shenanigans as much as some other lists. This is a very straightforward list that has tricks up its sleeve, but you know the tricks are there. If that makes sense. It's pretty straightforward, but it has those extra little movement buffs that you can get from doing the swip swap. and saving a unit that's on the brink of disaster.
Yeah, and I think I agree, and I think it offers the problem of 2 reinforced Zangors. So like if you can't chew through that brick, everything else is scoring points while you're trying to chew through that brick.
Exactly.
So his first round, the first couple losses, he ran into Nurgle, Glotkin, and Rodigus. So he had a tough time against that.
Yep.
Disease, because the problem with Zeech is if you kill the swip swap targets. I played against it before he went. It's a tough list to go against. Yeah, and he's a great player too, JP. So it's like double tough when you have a good player and a good list. When you play Zeech, or you're playing against Zeech, if you can kill the swip swap targets, then they have a hard time because they don't want to swip swap a good thing, and they don't want to do it to their wizards either, right? Because you don't want your wizard on the board or cast on the board. So if you can kill the spawns, aren't great because they'll come back, but you got to kill the humans quickly. And you got to kill the wizards. So, like, Rodigus is going to chip away at the wizards with his friggin' spell. So he's going to kill, like, the Cursling and the Fate Master are going to have problems. So he ran a Glotkin, reinforced Broadswords, Plagues, Rodigus. So it's a kind of a classic. You see this competitively. So he struggled into that one. And then his other loss came against... it just dropped off. Just a sec. I'll put it back on the screen. Matt got into my computer, and it was Nurgle, so he dropped it right off.
Like, no, we don't want to see that.
Oh, and he struggled into a Soul Black Gravelord's list was the other one he lost to.
That actually kind of makes sense.
Yep. Because we don't care about your swip swapping. We'll recur ourselves.
Yeah.
It was Vampire Lord, Nightmare Steed, True Blade, 2 reinforced bricks of Blood Knights.
Oh my.
And the Usharon regiment of renown. Yeah, I could see that. Because it's going to struggle to pick up the Blood Knights, because the other problem, so for those of you when you're fighting Zeech has issues into 3-up saves. Because everything's Ren 1. The Enlighten on Disc can get into Ren 2 if they choose it as one of their modal things, but you can't improve the Zangors past Ren 1 without the Cursing getting his spell off. So against big brick of Blood Knights, especially if Blood Knights touch you first, it could be a problem.
Yeah.
And then he, I'm just going to look at it here. He beat Gloomspike Gitz. He beat Hellsmiths of a Shoot. Oh, I feel bad for that player. I was the Zeech player against Hellsmiths, and it's a tough time. And he beat Stormcast. Kara's Icronus list. He played. Yeah. All right, I'll pull it up. Let's show this. We got an bit of extra time here before the end. We'll show the Kara's Eye list. Where is it here? Let's share that. And put that on the screen. Boop. There we go. So I'm not the Stormcast player, so I will defer to Matt on this list.
Karazai, Night Vexillor, Liberators, Chariot. That seems to be becoming a thing now. Krondis. What is that? Drakesworn Templar. I love that inclusion. Desolators?
Yep, Desolators reinforced. And the Templar has the Draught and the Legendary Tenacity.
So I'm a really big fan of the Drakesworn or the Templar at this moment, because it has like anti-monster, anti-hero, and all of its abilities are towards like killing monsters. And I hate to say it, but we are in a monster meta right now. So I really like that inclusion. That's really good. I mean, it does absolutely nothing to a Zeech army. No, that's not true. I mean, it still does damage, but that looks like a fun list. That looks like I just want to put some dragons on the board and play the game.
Well,
yeah.
Crazy thing. So JP pointed out, I think this guy is from the Dudes of Sigmar, Roma. Okay. I don't know who he is, but cool. Check this out. It was 50-50 and he won on tactics.
Oh, wow. That's great. No, that looks like a really fun list.
Yep. So he scrapped it out. All right. Well, congratulations to you, Jared. You are the average homie of the week. Oh, my apologies. She is a great SSE player. Right. So with that being said, we'll move to kind of the second to last segment. So let's talk about hobbies this week as I pull up our pictures. Any guys have any hobby pictures? As I can pull them up. I have not preloaded them. Oh, Ed, looks like you got some. Stand by. Oh, is it the Optimus Prime? I'm gonna load that one here. So where are you getting these files from, Ed?
My Mini Factory.
Nice.
They're from a creator called Puppets War.
Puppets War. I don't think I've heard that.
He does a lot of orc stuff, and they were. I don't know. Just Orcs Go 80s just seemed to really hit hard for me. Really, I enjoyed painting those so far. I have the A-Team van, the DeLorean, and the Ecto 1 still to go.
Here we go. Well, I couldn't get the Optimus Prime, but here's the.
That's my Predatork.
Predatork. Nice. Oh, and then here's the other one. I'll pull it up here in a second. So which was better, Predatork to paint, or was it the one I'm about to put up here? I am the knight. I am the orc.
Bruise pain. I love it.
Which one was more fun?
I will say the Batman in the Batmobile was more fun to paint, but it was also I had a lot of I'm not sure what to color or what paint or what color to put here or there, and I had a lot more analysis paralysis than I did with the Predator one. The Predator one was kind of more let's just see where this goes, and I think I painted it in about 2.5, maybe 3 hours, but the Batman took me a while.
So it looks good. Definitely can tell he is the knight.
So
the orc knight. All right. And then as Matt and I talked about, nothing yet, but there could be future. There could be a lot of
yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to paint a bunch of hobgrots, but I'm sure I'll find a scheme.
So I think this week I'm going to take on my Troggoths and my Dankhold Troggoth.
Nice. They're fun.
I love that.
And paint those. One of them's carrying a big rock over his head, and I think I'm going to try and paint it into like a purple gemstone.
Oh, that's
cool.
I
think I want to try and go that route with it.
Nice.
Love it.
Yeah.
Nice. They are fun models to paint. I agree. What do you got up next week for hobby, Matt?
I don't have anything specific planned out. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm bringing to Edmonton. I'm trying to nail down that list so that I can start like adding those finishing touches to the models. Or if I need to paint more, then I'm going to go that way. Every year I go to a buddy's house in Sudbury, and we usually have Warcry weekend. And this year they want to do Kill Team. So nice. I've been slowly plugging away at a Kill Team, but I find it quite difficult to paint 40K models. They bore the crap out of me. So I've been painting the same model for a week and a half. just one model, not the unit yet, just one model for a week and a half. 3 minutes here and there, and then I go, this just is boring. And like I had said, I got a build commission that I'm working on as well, just building up some Horus Heresy tanks. But hobby wise, it's just going to be like, pretty much that. I did have a mild spiral where I thought about bringing some OBR to I'm signed up for a tournament in a couple of weeks, and I had thought about bringing OBR, so I picked up some triaxes and a Liege Mortec. So I have them built, and I might just throw some paint on them this week over the next couple of days and just see how I feel about them.
Nice. I think At the end of the day, I know which list I want you to bring, but I also know that the other ones are good too.
And what list is that? We'll talk about that later. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one later, and maybe I'll be bringing dirty tricks. We'll see.
Oh, wait a second. I'm pretty sure I have a message that you pledged something. Is your wife right again?
No, yeah, you're right.
I'll believe it when I see it. I think was her exact words.
Oh, this is like clockwork. I'm like, yeah, we're 2 weeks out. Here we go. Oh man. All right. Well, with that on that note, I think we're gonna close it out for this week. Any closing remarks or comments before I do the sales pitch here before the end?
No, man, just stay average.
All right. And you know how you stay average? You find the like button, you find the subscribe button, and you tell 2 friends about this pyramid scheme of a YouTube podcast. All right. Thanks, everyone, and have a good week. Bye-bye.
Ciao.